So, welcome everybody, welcome on this winter solstice in the Northern Hemisphere and summer solstice if you are in the Southern Hemisphere. And I know that Simon and Claire, who normally join the streams, are right down under in Oz at the moment, but it's about 4 o'clock in the morning. So they're joining us in spirit, if not in this time. So welcome to you all. I've seen quite a few people, so I'll just say a few hellos from the ones I can see. Heather, Shunyam, Asha, Leotilda, Lee, Lynn, Andy, and Ashleisha, and I know there's a whole bunch of others watching, so welcome to you, and Gina as well. I've just seen you pop up, so I know there's a whole bunch of others watching, Christine and Lewis. So yeah, welcome to you all, whether you're making comments or not, or whether you're just watching live, or whether you're joining us later, because I know some can't make this specific time, some are watching it tomorrow, but the intention's there anyway. So yeah, welcome to this winter solstice, as I say, Northern Hemisphere, and summer solstice in the Southern Hemisphere. I want to focus this stream just specifically on the infinite silence meditation, so we'll go to that fairly quickly. I noticed there's one or two people still joining us, so I'll just share a little bit more before we start the meditation. So yeah, the word solstice, if you look at the etymology or the root of the word, has two parts to it. The sol reference to the sun, and the stis part is a reference to standing still. It's like a transition point where the sun appears to stand still, and that's a very appropriate for our meditation, because the infinite silence meditation is all about that inner stillness, infinite stillness, in fact, or infinite silence, all the same thing. So it's always a very good time to meditate the solstice, and I guess that's why, in ancient traditions, the people honored these things when we were much more connected. We were in the rhythms of the earth and the environment around us. These points were very, very noticeable. Less so, perhaps, in our modern society, but nonetheless, energetically, spiritually speaking, important times for us to connect. So, yeah, let's get stuck in straight away then, without any further ado. This is live stream 21, and it happens to be the 21st of December, a very interesting little synchronicity. And I may say something about synchronicities later, because Dawn asked me to do so, so I'll do that. Welcome to the children and Ashleisha in Trinidad and Tobago. So yeah, namaste everybody. Let's go straight to the meditation then. So just simply getting yourself nice and comfortable now, whether you're sat down or lying down, and just simply closing your eyes. And just firstly bring all of your attention to your body. Just noticing the body, the energy flowing in the body, the sensations in the body. And as your attention rests there, Just be open from your heart to the experience of what I refer to as spheres of light. Spheres of light. The same as the pure, universal I am. Pure, universal beingness. The sense I am, with nothing after the words I am. This pure being. Just this sense I am. Rest your attention on this. Observe this universal sense of I am. And as your attention rests on this state, this universal state, I am, that is non-personal, know that the only level of awareness that can sense this, witness this, is the infinite silence itself. So simply allow your attention to dissolve into and as this silence that sees or senses the I am, dissolving into and as this infinite silence. Simply letting everything else go now. Just merging, melting into and as this infinite silence. The pure isness of the universe. Simply here, now. As if nothing else matters, just this silence. untouched, unmoved, the unseen seer. This silence. This rarefied atmosphere of silence. Dissolving into the infinite ocean of silence. Here you are. Always have you been here as this. Always will you be this silence. Never has there been a time when you are not this. Resting deeper and deeper into and as this infinite silence. Dissolved totally now. The pure essence, the pure isness. Here it is. Here you are, the true you. All I truly know is silence. All phenomena, all sensations, everything birthed from this, returning to this infinite moment now. This you already know. This you already are. No effort required. Simply this. Simply here. The very source. The very essence. It rests. Stillness. Beyond form. Beyond time. Beyond space. Beyond the beyond. All that I am is infinite silence, is all that am I. The oneness itself. This is who you really are. No belief necessary. Just the knowing. That has always been here. Blessed are the fruits of the silence. The perfumes of grace, peace, love, gratitude, all flowing effortlessly from this as this, returning to this, all here, now. This unseen seer nothing else matters now but this. Here you are the true you. Trusting this is trusting yourself, the true self. And this trust becomes, indeed is, the knowing, the knowingness, absolute awareness, unlimited, unbounded essence. This is the one you have been looking for. It is you. You are it. This you will see. No belief necessary. is untouched, unblemished, enlightened essence. Embracing, enfolding everything. Simply no thing, reliant upon nothing, for it is infinite. Eternal, eternity itself. Here it is. Here, the true non-personal essence of you is. Nothing you have to do to be this, for you are already it. Nothing you can do to be this, for what can be done to be that which you already are? It just is. Here. Now. Perfect. Whole. Union. Communion with the self. The realization of this. Call off the search. It is here. Here now. realizing, not seeking, seeing, not looking, finding, not searching, simply knowing. One is this infinite silence. Life itself. Your form being a gift from life to life to realize one is life. Primordial peace. Here, now, nothing to achieve, nothing to strive for, nothing at all. Infinite silence. Just this. Always this. In silence, you will realize your truth. In truth, you will realize you are silence. when the silence, the infinite silence, says I. Nothing remains unsaid. The infinite I of infinite awareness. True self-aware energy. One with this, as this. Total surrender. Union. Infinite. Silence. So in a few moments, folks, I will ring the singing bowl 3 times. Just keep your attention rested in and as the silence. And as the meditation comes to a close, know that your attention can rest in and as this silence always, no matter what is unfolding in front of you in the physical domain. Gently when it seems right for you, opening your eyes. Checking in with your body, but keeping your attention in and out the silence. And I'll just put the harp on for a minute or two, and we'll see if there's anything that anybody wants to share or ask. See you soon. So, namaste, everybody, namaste. Welcome back. Thank you for participating in the Solstice Infinite Silence meditation, whether you watched this live or on the recording. Beautiful to share that with you. And yes, I'm sure the chakras are clearing, Ashley Shah. The silence works from the most fundamental level up to the physical domain, so that would make sense. What's Lynn saying? Been experiencing significant synchronicities. Looking forward to your sharing, really the same. And thanks for Dawn for requesting sharing on this subject. Yes, come to that shortly. Healing Guy prayed for is on its way. I'm glad to hear that, Ash, Alicia. So yeah, on the subject of synchronicities, it's really quite simple, really, because as one merges, one realizes experientially the nature of the self and anchors into that essence, then the natural consequence of that is that the the body adjusts to that. The flow of life expressed through you, is now in harmony with that very source, that very essence, the vibration, if you like, or the stillness of the universe. And there's nothing, shall we say, in the way of that. And the more that one is centered in and as that silence, the knowing, the recognition, moment to moment, remembering that one is that, then this flow of the universal energy from itself unto itself is naturally in harmony in your body vehicle. And other experiences, other phenomena like your body in life that are in flow with that, synchronous or resonant with that, for you to, shall we say, experience now, are naturally going to be drawn to you as a resonant frequency, a resonant vibration. And we call this synchronicity or serendipity. Many names, but really it's the natural flow of life to life, and that which the silence is seeking to express in your form, as your form, then it's going to draw to that those resonant vibrations that are on that same frequency schedule. And it will be much more graceful, much more effortless, just by that natural flow of energy. The universe is in communion. I use the word in the meditation, communion with itself. And as the small self, ego self, gets out of the way, stops trying to control matters, because ego loves to control. It really does love to control. As ego stops trying to control and the flow is allowed, the listening is happening from within always. And that's going to just allow that flow to naturally act and be harmonious. And that will bring forth synchronicities, insights, intuitions, resonant experiences. So synchronicity, miracles, are the natural consequences of a deepening into that which you already are. It's just the natural state, if you like, or the reflection of the universe to itself. So it's really quite simple. And so we just simply allow, we just go with the flow. We're not trying to get in the way, it simply flows. Of course, we still need to do practical things because we have bodies. But the flow is just happening, and one just allows it to happen. So hopefully that kind of covers it for Dawn and Lynn and everybody else. I'm just going to look back up and just to see if I've missed anything. Yeah, increased support since the doorway is now open. I'm glad to hear that, Ashleisha, so that's good. New chapters opening, good. What's Lee saying? There has been so much going on this week, such a blessing to feel anchored in the silence. I find these groups events so helpful. Thank you. You're very, very welcome, Lee. You're very, very welcome. Very nice community online here, and it's a blessing to be able to share that all with you. So yeah, what's Dawn saying? Yes, it's a flowless flow indeed. You know me and my flowless flow, the pathless paths and all that, so you've learned the language, but it's becoming experiential for you, Dawn, and that's the key thing, the flow from the silence to the silence. like the torus, like the shape of the apple is going round and back to upon itself. This natural flow, once ego self is out of the way, is a more natural flow, and synchronicity, the word we use for that, serendipity, is going to happen. Good. Just checking in. What else have we got here? Yeah, Lynn's okay with that. Andy's saying synchronicity. When you book a holiday in Lagos, Portugal, and find that a dear friend has just moved there and our apartment is 5 minutes where you're staying. Oh, that's nice, Andy. I guess that way maybe where you're going. So I hope you have a wonderful time in Portugal. That's fantastic. I'm delighted to hear that for you. What else have we got? Gratitude from Ashleisha. When the flowless awareness comes, I remember the Rumi quote again. Yes, the universe in a drop. Exactly that. So the quote that Dawn's referring to there, I've said many times, is you are not a drop in the ocean, but you are the entire ocean in a drop. Simple. Just like this. Yeah, not only are you light, Ashleisha, you are the very source of the light. Like on the fiber optic lamp I've shown you here on one of the previous streams. Whoops, there we go. Not only are you that light, but actually you are the power, the battery, the universal battery, the infinite awareness of the consciousness itself. That. And this requires no belief. This becomes experiential when all of the identity, attachment and belief into the small self drops. The natural consequence is this realization. The natural consequence is just flow. Is flow. Good, Ashleisha, I'm glad to hear that. So yeah, that was pretty much all I was going to say on synchronicity. It's very simple, really, and obvious when you see it from that place. So if there's anything else anybody wants to share or ask, you can do just now. And whilst I'm just waiting for that, I'm just going to say that in terms of the next stream, I've not decided. I might do one if there's, dependent on our family plans, for on New Year's Eve, maybe, if that's of interest, or possibly even New Year's Day. I'm not sure what's happening with the family here, so I'm not sure if I can do that. So if there's interest in that, look out for that, let me know, perhaps. Otherwise, I'll do one on 2 weeks from now, which is the 4th of January. Withdrawal symptoms from the flow too is what Ashley says. The only one that could experience that is ego, the small self. So just simply witness that idea, that concept of withdrawal symptoms. It's not the truth of you. It's the small ego self trying to hang on. Just watch that, just witness that, and it will pass. I think Lee's saying that would be lovely to, I'm guessing that's to a New Year's Eve possibility. Can't guarantee that. I'll see what's happening, and if it's possible with family events and so forth going on here, I will do it to bring in 2019. Otherwise, it'll be the 4th of January. So watch this space. And what's Dawn saying? The insatiation here is of knowing. It is becoming experiential. And you said union, and it is exactly that. I lost all sense of the body and yet had the full sense of the body more than I've ever had. I'm guessing you're meaning there. Yeah, so this is deepening. Had it is both. So there's many ways in which it can be show itself to be realized, shall we say. Dawn. So this is one reason, I think I've said this to you specifically in the past, but maybe not so others, why in the past it wasn't so common for people to share the realization experience so widely, because one of the reasons for that is that people can have an expectation it has to be this way, and it doesn't. But word like knowingness, that is beyond form, beyond phenomena, then this is a pointing to it. And there's a kind of sense of its choice to experience itself in the form. Yet it is still the ocean, or sometimes the metaphor I use is the multifaceted diamond. You're the whole diamond, and yet it expresses itself as one of the facets, both and all at once. If that makes any sense to you, Dawn. Yeah, so I fade into nothingness during the meditation, so I don't feel. Yeah, this is good, Ashley Share. That's what I'm referring to as the in-sation, the inner sensationless sensation, the inner sense. It is beyond phenomena. There are no phenomena. Yeah, the body had gone, but I am here. But this I that you're pointing at now, just to clarify for everybody, isn't a personal I. You might remember I said in the meditation, this I, when this I is spoken, if you like, from the silence, nothing remains unsaid, was the words used there. That's actually from the book of Mirdad. I altered it slightly for the purposes of the meditation. So, this is the infinite I. And what's Lynn saying? New Year's Eve, not sure what our plans are, but in California, so probably would be okay for me. Not sure about everyone else's plans, your time frame. Very appreciative of your offer. Yeah, we will see. We will see if it's possible. I'll certainly let everybody know on Facebook for those of you who are on Facebook. Also keep an eye out on the channel, because when I know, I'll post it on the channel as well. I'm initially going to put it down as the 4th of January, but if New Year's Eve is possible, I'll change that and bring the date forward, but I won't know that for a few days yet. So yeah, good. I'm glad you see that, Dawn. Namaste to you. Also, John, I've just seen you, and I don't think I said hello to Elizabeth earlier. I think I said hello to everybody else. Leah Tilda, thank you so much, Philip, and all for this calming meditation. You're very welcome. Know that you can take this, as I was saying at the end of the meditation, with your attention rested in and as the silence as you go through every moment of your day. It is this that allows the suffering that comes with identification to drop. When the Buddha said life is suffering, what he meant was the identified life. When we recognize, embrace that we are the silence, moment to moment, then that is the knowing, the non-personal I, the infinite I. here you are as that. Namaste. So I'll just see if there's any other questions. Hi Lois, blessed solstice to you as well. Just see if there's anything else before we finish. Oh, hi Dee. You're late, but what rewatch? Yes, it'll should be available fairly quickly. Usually it's the recordings available within an hour on the channel. What's Dawn saying here now? Sorry, another question. If all is still and all is silent, which it is in and as the direct realization, what is it that appears to move? Yeah, so it is only an appearance. You could say infinite speed is infinite stillness. A bit like when a machine is moving very, very fast. You know, you see that when a machine is moving very, very fast, it looks like it's still. A little bit like that, infinite speed, infinite stillness, infinite silence. The apparent contraction is an identification. It's like a thought obsessed with itself, and the appearance is of that movement. Go on, Dawn's remembered now. Yeah, good. Okay, so hopefully that covers it. The apparent contraction of that apparently causes it. There's a seeming phenomena occurring, which is an infinite state, and so there's an apparent movement. But it's all here still. Good. Okay, I'm glad that clarifies that for you, Dawn. So, okay. Yeah, I think that's probably it. What I'll do is I'll put the harp on for a couple of minutes just to see if there's anything else anybody else wants to share with each other or just ask. I'll come back on and then we'll close after that. So enjoy the music for a mo, and any other questions just pop up there. Okay, folks, so it looks like we're pretty much there with the sharing and comments. Thank you very much for taking part in this solstice meditation wherever you are in the world, whether you've watched it live or whether you're watching the recording. Know that the peace, grace, truth of the silence is you, in you, as you, through you, right here, right now. And whether I see you on here before the end of 2018 or into 2019, always We are one as the silence. I am with you. I see you. Namaste. Have a beautiful weekend. Have a beautiful, blessed and peaceful Christmas if you celebrate Christmas where you are. Peace be with you, for you are this very peace and the very source of the peace. Namaste. I'll put the harp on again to finish. A joy to share with you all. Namaste.